What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. So I got up about 20 minutes ago, and my girlfriend Kari was done doing her cardio, and she comes in the room and she says, "Did you hear about Greg Plitt?" I said, "No," and I was up pretty late last night, and apparently, I didn't hear anything about it last night before I went to bed, but apparently yesterday, January 17th, at 4 a.m., or 4 p.m. rather, Greg Plitt, fitness industry superstar, was hit and killed by a train in California yesterday. Now, so far, there's no confirmation on it, but the rumor is that he was trying to film a video for his new protein that was coming out, and he didn't hear or see the train coming. It came out of nowhere and hit him. Now, I didn't know Greg, but I met him several times. In 2010, I think, is the first time we met him. Kari had just competed at the Arnold, and he was at the metrics booth. And he's the metrics guy. He's the guy that was in all the ads, like lifting the tires and stuff. He has been on shitloads of fitness magazine covers. I do remember seeing him on the TV show Workout. I used to watch the TV show Workout on Bravo. Had Jackie, whatever her name is, she had a gym in Beverly Hills called Sky Gym. And he was part of it. Jamie Eason made an appearance on that show too. And I do remember the last time that we talked to him was at the Arnold again. I had a client who was very inspired by Greg. Like, you say flat out, like, if I could have one physique in the world, it would be like this guy, Greg Plitt, and that was his big thing. And I said, all right, that's cool. Greg's got a good physique. You see him on all these magazines and stuff. And we saw him at the Arnold. I said, you know what? I said, let's go tell him, that I get this client that he really inspires. So we walked up, we started talking to him, and, I told him, I said, I got this buddy that, I train, and he would really just love to look like you. That's his goal, in his entire life. And Greg was cool. He talked to us for a while. He asked us where we were from. And when we told him the D.C. area, he was like, is the traffic still fucked up over there? Like, he's like, in the middle of the night on a Sunday at 2 a.m. in the morning, you'll still be sitting in traffic for an hour trying to get somewhere. And he laughed because he was actually from this area. I didn't know that. He was from this area, but he was stationed in this area in the military as a Army Ranger. So he was Special Forces. And he signed and autographed a picture for my client and stuff, and wished him well and wished us well. And it just seemed like everywhere you look, you'd see a picture of him. Metrics was his sponsor, and he was the main guy in all the Metrics ads. As of, I don't know what year it was, Metrics didn't really promote or sponsor bodybuilders anymore. They were Miss Figure Olympia, Nicole Wilkins, and Greg Plitt were the big people at that company. And at all the expos, he'd be there. So it's interesting that you always think that you have all the time in the world. Everybody's going to live forever. You don't really think about it much, especially the younger guys. But accidents happen, and they can happen to anybody at any time. Here's a Special Forces, a 5-year in the Special Forces, in a freak accident that you figure like, well, it must be hard to get hit by a train. I mean, how could you not hear or see the train or whatever the case may happen? Accidents, accidents happen, shit happens, and just like that, it's over. So I mean, if there's any take home, from Greg and this whole situation, it would be do what he did as far as living your life to the edge. He had so many projects going on, traveling, doing all the stuff that he did, living his life in his own terms, accomplish all his goals, was setting more goals and heading towards those. And the fact that it can be cut short by a stupid, tragic accident that, obviously you just never know when that's going to happen. So it is what it is. Today's January 18th, 2014. So his day of memorial, I guess, from now on would be January 17th, 2014. So there's not much else to say. So rest in peace, Greg Plitt, and we're out.